So this is either my smartest travel idea or my dumbest, but we have been to Charleston, I think 4 times now. We've driven a couple times, we've flown a couple times. So this time I thought we would take the train. Okay, so before we get into the whole train vlog, I just wanted to explain a couple reasons why we decided to take the train for this trip. Number one, it's far more environmentally friendly than flying, and even probably like per capita more than driving a regular gas vehicle. Number two, there's not the stress of flying and dealing with security and canceled flights and crazy passengers and all that drama that's been going on with aviation recently. The train is just super easy. You walk onto it and you sit there and then you leave. There's no rigmarole to go through. So that was a big one. Number three, it's also just more convenient as a passenger. You don't have the stress of having to, focus on driving for 10 or 12 hours. You don't have to stop your trip to go eat or find a bathroom or anything. You just stay on the train and everything's right there and you can do whatever you want. You can eat, there's a restroom, you can watch movies, you can read, sleep, whatever you want, and the train just keeps on going. So those were like some of the main reasons, not to mention the fact that I feel like I've been maybe getting recommended a lot of like train content on social media, or like public transportation content. So it just seemed like an interesting thing to do. The Amtrak community on Reddit was especially helpful if you've never taken a train before. I have done some, I think of like 4 hours was the max train trip that I've done, but I have taken the train like from Philadelphia to Washington DC a few times. I used to take the train up to New England every month or so for a period of time for work. So I have done these like up to 4 hours train trips. I've never done a 12-hour train trip. So the Reddit community was really helpful, and even like I found YouTube videos of people taking this exact journey so I could see like what types of trains do they use on this line and that sort of thing. What are the amenities they have, because they use different trains in different areas. So that's how I knew kind of more what to expect. So with that, let's get into the actual vlog of our experience, and then I'll also be back to share some items that I recommend bringing with you for a long train journey like this. All right, we are here starting our trip at the beautiful 30th Street station in Philadelphia, and I believe our train will be the next one to be issued a track. So if you haven't been here before, there's all the tracks down the sides here. This side has all the even numbers, and that side has all the odd numbers. And then on this board in the center, it shows which train is coming to which track. So ours is the next one up. It hasn't been assigned yet. So from Philadelphia to North Charleston, it's about a 12-hour train ride. It might suck, or it might be really great because you can watch TV or read or do whatever you want, eat. What'd you get us?
Bagel and cream cheese and a Danish, and I got some Earl Grey.
Nice. Okay, so we boarded. We're in our spot for the next 12 hours. So should we take a tour of the amenities here? We have here, you want to demonstrate the tray table, beautiful table, and a little seat back pocket. And look at this legroom. This dude is 6'4". And there's room for our legs and our luggage in front of us. So plenty of leg room, nice leather seats.
Recline.
Yeah, windows with curtains, blinds that we could close. Here's some people in Philadelphia. And we are conveniently near the restroom. So the nice thing with Amtrak, oh gosh, we're moving already. The nice thing with Amtrak is that you can, I know there's limits to your carry-on luggage, but you can basically bring anything as long as you can hold it. And then large things can go in that cabinet at the end of the car. Alright, we are at Union Station, Washington, D.C., so about 2 hours, yeah, 2 hours into our trip. And I think we stop here and change engines. Okay, we're having our first little snack break. So we have a little meat stick and a cheese wedge and some fancy crackers. I have all kinds of good snacks here. Fruits and cookies and pretzels.
They're really good.
They're trail mix crackers.
That's different.
The trail mix is in the cracker. They just looked healthy.
Oh, even cheese.
Alright, how has the trip been so far?
Excellent.
Yes.
Really nice. Yeah, really very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, we've, like, knock on wood, we've had Wi-Fi most of the time. And, like, I'm not, like, streaming movies or anything, but there hasn't been anything that I wasn't able to do. I actually took a couple of work calls, and those worked pretty well. The only time I had any issue was, like, if we were moving between, like, cell towers or whatever, and I just, like, switched off Wi-Fi and went back to mobile data or whatever. That was the only thing. You took a good long nap. You visited the cafe car. We got our free drinks. When you sit in business class, you get a free drink. And yeah, we're like a little more than halfway through our trip right now. So, so far, again, don't want to jinx anything, but so far running on time. So we'll just check in a little bit. I might give a bathroom review in a little while. All right, just a very quick bathroom tour. There's a toilet, there's a sink, there's toilet paper. The toilet is stuffed with some paper. Someone tried to flush something down that didn't go down, so everyone's just kind of peeing on top of everything. There is a mirror, and when you lock the door, a little light comes on, and you can see it outside, so everyone knows. And there's some little coat hangers, and nowhere to change a baby. So here is the cafe car. There's some tables on either end, and a little counter where you can order some basic kind of snacks. I got the vegetable crudité. We brought a lot of dry snacks, so it will be nice to get some fresh veggies. You know, my wife's always complaining about the price of crudité. I don't know if people down here will get that joke. I mean, it hasn't really been like horrible scenery, but someone was saying like, oh, you're gonna go past mostly like a lot of industrial stuff, and it hasn't really been like that. It's mostly trees, some little towns.
Meet at the pickup point, Greyhound bus station. Okay.
Greyhound bus station?
Lines, bus line, Greyhound bus lines.
Okay.
Is that here, Greyhound bus lines?
I don't know, this said taxis and...
It might be over there.
Well,
waiting for a lift also?
we called it Uber, yeah.
Uber, okay. But I'm waiting here for lift.
Did it tell you to go to the Greyhound bus area?
They told me nothing.
Okay.
Did it say Greyhound? Did it say
Yes,
Greyhound bus?
yes. Are we all waiting
doing
supposedly in the Greyhound area? Okay. I mean, there's no signs or anything that says anything
If it's
about
not here, it might be over there.
Yeah, there was another door to go out that way.
Check
So.
reverse, keep your eye.
All right, we'll watch.
Yeah.
Right, taxis. And... This is?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
That's what mine said.
Oh, okay. Well, if all our people come to the other side, we can all walk together. No, I just wanted to get a shot because it's actually a very nice little train station. Really clean and well lit. It looks very new. And palmetto trees right when you come out to greet you. 12-hour journey home?
Absolutely, of course.
And what do you plan to do on the train?
Rest. I don't know.
We're exhausted. It's an exhausting vacation.
Yeah.
This will be a good way, and then you don't have the stress of like having to drive for 8 hours at the end of your vacation. This one said cafe car, and this one. Oh. Scanning as we get on.
All right, 14 D and F.
Morning.
Mm-hmm. Good morning. All right, 2 A and C to your right. You got that okay?
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
All right, 5 F. 5 F. You're right, yeah.
Excuse me. There we go. Alright, hang on one sec.
Yep, right here.
You gonna put your bag up?
Yep. Same seats.
Yes. Do you not remember,
I remember them.
coming here?
Like the same car.
I don't know if this is the exact same train car.
Yeah. If the bathroom's busted, well,
Hopefully
it is
they
the same car.
hopefully they would have fixed it in a week. It's early,
Hand
the trash
sanitizer.
can's empty.
What? Yes. Great. Use the bathroom now.
Ladies and gentlemen, King Street, South Carolina is next, approximately 49 minutes.
I mean, this doesn't hold a candle to what we were just eating in Charleston, but that's okay.
Yes.
So we are at about the halfway point in both time and distance, right? We have like 6 hours left?
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
I can't see my watch. I'll assume there's 6 hours left. We just left Richmond, Virginia. Did want to mention, I'm not sure if I said this on the way down, but you do get free non-alcoholic drinks from the cafe car with your business class ticket. We're still not sure if it's one per person for the whole ride or all the drinks that you want. We've kind of heard mixed messages. So we have our one drink, and maybe if we need a second one later, we'll try for another one. But yeah, we've just been eating our snacks and listening to podcasts, and reading books, and so far the ride's going pretty smoothly. I think we lost 5 or 10 minutes at one point. We made it up, so I think we're pretty much on schedule still. Alright, so so I'm home obviously, but now that I have officially spent over 24 hours riding on a train, I wanted, as I'm unpacking, to kind of show you my tips, must-haves for things that you would want to have with you on a train, especially for a long train journey. And if I come across anything, maybe things that I wouldn't have brought or things that I wish I would have brought. So first item is like a crossbody bag, belt bag kind of style. This one's from Uniqlo. I have some other ones that I use, but you can just, you know, like a sling bag, you can wear it over you. And technically there is a limit to the number of bags that you can bring with you on the train. I saw people with way more bags than that and way bigger bags, so the limit isn't really enforced, but this is just handy because you can kind of have it on you and just keep your most essential things, you know, your wallet, phone, whatever, like super essential items that you want to have, and that way you can leave your backpack and all your luggage and stuff at your seat. If you need to take this like to the cafe car or something, you have that option. All right, next item is a backpack, and this is kind of an unusual backpack because it has like tote bag straps as well as the backpack straps. So you can get, this is old, I've had this for a long time, you can get these types of bags anywhere. Really, the only reason I brought this one and not just like a standard backpack is because this is like a little bit larger, but it is nice sometimes to have the option to just grab it by the tote bag straps if you want. But really I did primarily wear it on my back as a backpack, and that's also nice while you're going through the train. You don't have anything off to your sides bumping into people, so backpack was nice. And then this was where I kept basically like all my most important things, like not that you check luggage on the train, but if something had happened to my main duffel bag, I would have lost clothes, but like medicine and like irreplaceable things were all in this bag. And then also anything that I just wanted to have with me throughout the trip. You know, the luggage stayed up on the luggage rack, and this was right at our feet. So I'm just gonna start pulling stuff out of there right now. And the first item is this, I think it's called a Shug. I just bought this from a Instagram ad a while ago, and I'm so glad that I found it. Yes, Shug, S-H-U-G, by Adriana Papel. It's basically just a knit kind of scarf thing, but this was really nice because, you know, you can wear it as a scarf, you could use it as a blanket. I used it as a blanket coming home when it was a little bit chilly. You can fold it up or bunch it up and use it as a pillow, which I did quite a lot. And this one's kind of cool, this Shug, because it has I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it has like a little pocket on each side that you can put your arm through, and so you can actually wear this as kind of a shawl or a sweater. So it has almost sleeves, but it basically will like stay on you. That's a nice little feature, but I think any kind of like blankety, scarfy thing is perfect to bring with you. Now I've taken out some of the contents of this, but in this little zipper pouch I had all of my various chargers and cords and things. So I will say for an Amtrak train, definitely bring your charger and your plug because there are 2 outlets at each seat. But I will add, especially if you are going to be plugging in more than 2 items, or if you're maybe sitting next to someone that you don't want to have to like reach over for all your cords, I brought this little like just a little 3 set extension cord thing, like a mini plug strip, and I like to bring this also to hotels and things because, you know, a lot of times the plugs aren't always in the best place, or you want to plug in multiple things, so we use this in the hotel room as well. So I highly recommend bringing a plug strip, even just a mini plug strip like this. And my next must-have item is headphones. I have earbuds, like wireless earbuds that I usually use, but I realized if I'm gonna have them in long term, they do hurt my ears after a little while. So I wanted to get some over-the-ear headphones, and these were actually great. I was able to pair them with multiple devices because I had my own cell phone, I had my cell phone for work, and I ended up taking some work calls while I was on the train. So I was able to pair these with my work phone and take my work calls and then listen to stuff on my personal phone. But they're really nice, and they, even if you're not playing anything, it's nice to just like block out some of the sound of the train. They were super comfortable. They did not hurt my ears at all or my head. I believe, yeah, they are adjustable. This is on the smallest size, and I feel like it was like a little too large for me, but for someone with like a normal sized head, I'm sure this will be fine. And then they do fold down like this. I made sure I was looking for ones that kind of fold up a little. There's some of them come in like a little case or things. These didn't, but they were totally fine, just knocking around in my bag. So definitely recommend headphones. And actually on the Amtrak trains, they were making constant announcements like, if you are playing any audio from your phone, you are required to be using headphones. So they don't want people, you know, doing FaceTime calls or listening to videos or playing music or anything just out loud for the train. So then I guess I also should include my cell phone here as a must-have item on the train. It literally was like the primary thing I used for everything, you know, taking calls, whatever, you know, everything you do on your cell phone, pictures, videos, you know, watching videos. Now the Wi-Fi on the Amtrak trains, there is Wi-Fi, it is free, and I didn't have a problem with it. I was not trying to like stream a whole movie, but for anything I was trying to do, even watching some YouTube videos and stuff, everything was fine. And there was really only a couple points where it like disconnected, or it kind of like, you know, went away and came back and you had to like re-authenticate. Other than that, I was on Wi-Fi pretty much the whole time on the train, and it worked fine for me. I think it was even better and faster and more reliable than the Wi-Fi in our hotel room. But if I wasn't doing something on my phone, I was probably reading something on my Kindle. This is a very old Kindle Paperwhite, but it's like so small. It's basically like the size of 2 cell phones, and you can read on the Kindle app on your phone as well, and I've done that, but this like takes up so little space, and I figured with the length of time I didn't want to be staring at a phone screen the whole time. So I'm glad that I brought this along. I actually made a pretty good dent in a book, although I will say, like, for 12 hours stretch at a time, I really thought we were going to be going bonkers with boredom, and there was just, I don't know, the time kind of flew between listening to podcasts, reading, doing whatever. The time did fly. So I didn't even finish one book. I was like loading up on books on this Kindle, and I didn't even finish one. And if you are still a mask wearer like me, I would highly recommend some kind of extension strap for the ear loops of your mask. If you're not wearing one that has like loops around the back of your head, I don't know about you, maybe your ears are stronger than me, but after a couple hours, these really start digging behind my ears. So with a little extension thing like this, and there's all different kinds you can get, you can just kind of loop the straps around it, and it kind of creates a, you know, a strap that goes around the back of your head. So that would go behind your head, and then it's not putting the pressure on the back of your ears, it's behind your head. So this is just a little silicone rubber thing. There's all different kinds that you can get. They have Velcro ones, or I mean, you could even like take a shoelace and wrap it through the loops and around the back of your head if you were desperate. And also, speaking of germs, I brought a pack of cleaning wipes and wiped down all the surfaces of the train, the tray table, the armrests, the seat, the back. Also use these in the hotel room. I mean, you know how gross airline seats and tray tables and things are, and I'm sure trains are just as gross. I will just say, nobody comes through and cleans the train, like in the middle of the train trip. That whole overall trip was probably maybe like 16 hours beginning to end. We were on it for like 12 hours worth. No one cleaned the bathrooms, emptied the trash can at any point while we were on the train. In fact, at one point where we had a little bit longer stop, someone did come in and like look at the trash can. He was carrying a mop, and he kind of looked in the trash can, and I guess he decided it wasn't overflowing with trash yet, and he left it. By the end of the 12-hour journey, it was overflowing. The toilets were gross, so definitely be prepared to clean things off. And my last must-have item, I will say, would be a pair of sweatpants and just generally comfy clothes. These actually are my husband's sweatpants. I don't know where mine went. But just wear comfy clothes. You're just gonna be sitting for however long, 12 hours, 4 hours, 24 hours, who knows? So like, don't worry about, you know, dressing to impress. You're gonna dress to impress the seat. We wore sweatpants and hoodies and t-shirts, and we were very comfortable for the whole journey. Now, is there anything that I brought that I wish I hadn't? Maybe like some magazines. I brought a couple magazines thinking maybe I wouldn't want to be, you know, looking at the Kindle the whole time, and I could just do a magazine and like if I finished it, you know, just throw it out or leave it for someone else. And I didn't look at any magazines, so I could have left those behind. What do I wish that I had brought that we didn't? Honestly, not much as far as like comfort or entertainment items. What I wish I had brought different was different food or snacks. I kind of just like went through Trader Joe's in sort of a like, you know, frantic, like, we just need some snacks for the train. What are some things that we can carry with us and eat? And so, you know, we ended up with like crackers and cookies and a couple like beef stick kind of things, but not a lot of like really good food. And yeah, you know, you're not gonna have refrigeration or microwave access, but I do wish that I had maybe brought a little bit more variety of food. Actually, coming home, we went to a Target before we left and got some little like meat and cheese little trays with like cheese and crackers and meats and fruits. And so we each had a couple of those. And yeah, even though we didn't have refrigeration on the train, they were fine for the little while until we worked our way through them. So I wish I had brought more stuff like that. We did have like one bag of dried apricots. I wish that I had brought some more fruit stuff. And there is, of course, a cafe car on the train. The food's not fantastic, and honestly a lot of the food is just kind of snacky things anyway, so like if you're gonna buy some chips or crackers or something, you might as well just bring them with you. So we just had like one big giant shopping bag with all of our food, and periodically we'd just dig through and pull out something to eat. So I hope you found all that helpful. If you're planning a train trip like this, I would love to hear what you're planning. Have you ridden a train before? Have you taken a long train journey before? You can do way longer trips than this. You can do 24, 30 some hour trips. You could go all the way across country in a couple days. So I'd love to hear about your train experiences, or if you are planning to ride this same line, let me know if this was helpful to you in your planning. So thank you for watching, and if you want to see our whole Charleston vacation, it's either going to be the video right before this or right after this. So check out my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.